Alright, part 2, 5v5. So if you haven't checked out part 1, make sure you go check it out. When I visited WG headquarters, whose CEO is actually the Taiwanese Airsoft and Airgun Association acting manager. So yes, go check that out if you haven't yet. So here in part 2, I'll be giving you a brief walkthrough. I will intermingle some of Ghost's videos to give you a different perspective. 5v5 took place on September 7th. But the gameplay itself, I'll leave it uncut, POV style, real simple, so you can see. So I was going to give an analysis at the end of part 3, but I've thought about it. I think that'll be too convoluted, so I decided to give my critique of the 5v5 qualifiers at the end of this vid. So make sure you stay till the end and find out. So as my previous Rawby video had mentioned, so for the 5v5 there were no tracers, no tack lights, no minimum engagement distances, only the pressure sensitive plates on our chests and on our backs counted as hit kills. Therefore, getting headshotted or getting hit in the limbs didn't count, didn't matter. Now, before the round started, all the teams, we were informed that all of us who participated in the qualifiers got bumped up into the finals. So basically, you have to keep in mind that this is TWAA's first time attempting a 5v5, so there weren't enough teams participating. So there are about 10 teams in total, so we all got bumped up to the final. In the beginning, I was assuming it would be something like a SpeedQB tournament, but after when we were informed of the sensor plates, we knew we had to change our tactics. So originally I was going to run with my high kappa pistol because I like to run it fast and deep, like straight off from the beginning. Going from a full body to such a small hitbox, we knew that precision didn't matter as much as compared to the output, the volume output of BBs. So I switched my high kappa to my ARP9. Tactically speaking, ultra super aggressive play will win the day because it's actually kind of hard to hit the chest plate, the hitbox right here, because usually the player will also have their hand in front of it when they're shooting, right, while behind cover. So that makes it really, really difficult to shoot somebody face to face. I just really had to outflank them from the side or from the back if you're lucky, and shoot them at their back plates because that was the most obvious target. Let's watch the clips first and we'll talk about it afterwards.闪了！完了，打完了。C号一个，压，A 压，有闪吗？我有闪吗？哇！嘿，压，过去，嘿。 I'm so tired. I'm getting old.
You're good, you're good.
Ah, I'm so tired.
That was fucking kind of
Yeah, green. Shit. 没子弹。Yeah, go. Goes, push. Push. Fuck. Goes, push. Goes. Yeah, go. Go. 我手枪。来，闪了。撞一下。谢谢。
回头站药哦。
撞一下。
如果各位没有问题的话，起立握个手，比赛开始。
来握手或定格一下。
来握手定格，这样来握手定格，照一下看。握手定格，辛苦。
Am I drinking? Ah, shit! I'm hit!
来，帮我先坐着。
站好！
我要打到对面。对，放生。
好，抱一下，哦，大家抱一下，
辛苦。
好，来亲一下，这样。That hurt. C1 有一个 C 有两个 B 有两个中一个 one down完了 go 走了 two down Yeah, green! Hey! 抓一个！
恭喜！
谢谢，抱，辛苦，我又打到你了。Now you've watched the matches, I'm sure you have formulated some thoughts. I know I have. But before I share my opinion on the matter, I will try to be as objective as possible. If you agree or disagree, cool man, all good. Just leave a comment below, and maybe we can start off a dialogue, a discussion on how to make the event even better in the future. In my opinion, I think what has deviated from what we have come to expect in 5v5 airsoft competitions is, well, the elephant in the room would be the small hitbox. What the type of gameplay that the sensor plates have created basically made turn all the players into juggernauts. Also hit awareness. Oftentimes players just didn't know when they were hit or not.
其实我觉得要加一个震动或什么，因为其实
including me.
Am I blinking? Ah, shit!
I know the alarm is really loud and their lights, but in the heat of battle in such a small space, your alarm just gets drowned out by everyone else's alarm.
有闪吗？我有闪吗？
Yes, they got lights flashing, but it's placed over here. Actually really hard to see. I know for me, because of my plate carrier and my mask, I actually can't see it. My face gets stuck about like right here. I had to always either ask my teammates in the middle of the game or ask the opponents like am I hit? Am I hit? Like. And now looking back at the videos, I think this issue might have cost me and my team the game on the day of the finals, but more on that in part 3. I don't think this is a big issue because it's an easy fix. I think all they have to do is just make the device vibrate, and I think that will solve the hit awareness problem. I've brought my concerns to the organizers and they're aware of it, and they said they'll look into it. I absolutely understand and agree with the intent of the incorporation of the hit plates, because I think what's keeping airsoft and even paintball from going mainstream as a sport is the lack or the absence of quantifiable hit kills. The game is still relied on honor-based system, of which often can be subjective. Hits are often uncalled, either intentionally or unintentionally. Hey, I hit you! I hit you! I saw that! I hit you! I hit you! You're cheating! I hit you! I've actually spoken with the organizer of the 5v5. He is actually the field owner of Shihu Field down in Zhanghua. He feels that the incorporation of the sensor plates eliminates such uncertainties within the tournament, which is true. They were thinking of incorporating plates on the shoulders next time, which will make it much better, I think. But with that said though, I just don't think the tech is there yet. For a sport to thrive in the mainstream, there are two elements to be considered. One, the viewing experience. In another word, it doesn't just have to be easy to understand for the layman, but it also has to be entertaining. Does it look fun? Is it fun to watch? Is it enjoyable? I believe the rise of Speed QB partially has to do with its indoor setting, which allows for the use of tracers, so players can see what and where they're shooting. Refs can see who and what got shot, right? And then also for the viewers, they can see what everyone's shooting at. It just makes it a more enjoyable playing and also viewing experience for all parties involved. When I brought this issue up, I was told that there were some budget constraints within the organization. It was enforced for the players to use the .25 BBs that was provided at the event. By using fluorescent BBs, it would just greatly increase the cost. Since it is their first run, they didn't have that much budget allocation. And the finals was held at the Camo Fest, which is outdoors, and that would pretty much render the traces ineffective. 2. Players' quality of play. Joining a competition should be challenging and should be fun, but by incorporating the sensor plates, I think it greatly lowers the skill ceiling. In my opinion, it didn't matter as much how precise you are. In the end, it just boiled down to running into each other's face and trying to hit each other's hitbox. You know, just spraying BBs, hoping that one pellet would get through the gauntlet and find its mark. The gunfight pretty much just devolved into a sort of sandbox slug match. I'll admit, maybe for some people who's never tried airsoft, and by playing this, they might find it enjoyable. But I think for most veterans, this type of gameplay it's just not as appealing. Of course, these are just my opinions. If you thought the 5v5 was enjoyable, you had fun watching it or participated in it, you thought it was great, that's cool. That's your opinion. I respect it. That's awesome. I'm just, like I said, I'm just here sharing my thoughts with y'all, and and we can start a dialogue. Let me know, tell me about it down below. Oh, and by the way, shout out to TWAT, TWAT, stands for Taiwanese Anglophone team. So they're basically a team that's running almost strictly at Action Bunker, made up of mainly expats and all that, and they're pretty much, I'm pretty sure, the only team that is running SpeedQB style. So they also participated in the qualifiers, and my team, we were so relieved that we didn't have to face them. So after the qualifiers, we all got together and ran a few bouts. I think I squeezed in a couple of games. I will put in the gameplay down below. Same thing is going to be uncut. I've already spent too much time on this video, so yes, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in part 3. Bow.
Back one. Whoa, shit. BB. Hit.